Hi everyone, this is Teacher Jen from camgush.com and welcome to Essential Grammar in Use book by Raymond Murphy. Today we will answer some exercises about our topic for Unit 13, the past continuous tense, also known as the past progressive tense. Now, let's start with the first exercise. Look at the pictures. Where were these people at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon? And what were they doing? Write 2 sentences for each picture. So, as you can see, we have 2 questions. Where were these people at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon? And what were they doing? That is why we have to write 2 sentences for each picture. Now, let's start with the example first. Number 1, about Rachel. So, Rachel was at home. She was watching TV. Rachel was at home at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and she was watching TV at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon too. Now, as you can see, for the second sentence, we use the past continuous tense. Why? Because the action is already in the past. It happened at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. But at that time, the action was not yet finished. The action is happening but not yet finished. That's why we have to use the past continuous tense. Now, students, let's try to answer the other pictures. Number 2. This is about Jack and Kate. At the cinema, watch a film. So, what do you think are the sentences here for Jack and Kate? Where were these people at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon? Of course, our first sentence is Jack and Kate were at the cinema, because the first question is about place, asking where are the people. Okay? How about our next sentence? What were they doing during that time? Okay, so Jack and Kate, they were watching a film at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Number 3, it's about Tim. In his car, drive. What is our first sentence? So, of course, Tim was in his car at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So, what was he doing during that time? Of course, he was driving at that time. That's why he was in his car. Next number 4. Tracy. At the station, wait for a train. What is our first sentence for Tracy? So, of course, Tracy was at the station. What was she doing at the station? Of course, she was waiting for a train at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Number 5. Mr. and Mrs. Hall. In the park, walk. So, where were these people at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon? Mr. and Mrs. Hall were in the park. What were they doing? In the park at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So, of course, they were walking in the park at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And we have the last question here about you. Okay, so what about you? What were you doing yesterday afternoon at 3 o'clock, and where were you? Okay, of course you have to answer that question. As for me, yesterday afternoon at 3 o'clock, I was in the office. And what I was doing yesterday afternoon at 3 o'clock, of course, I was teaching a student. So again, yesterday afternoon at 3 o'clock, I was in the office, and I was teaching a student during that time. So don't forget, students, you have to make your answer for this number. Now, let's go on and answer another exercise. Here, we will talk about Sarah. Sarah did a lot of things yesterday morning. Look at the pictures and complete the sentences. Now, let's read the example for number 1. At 8:45. So, we have to look for that picture that has that time. So, here is the picture, 8:30 to 9 o'clock. So, 8:45, that's in between. So, what was she doing at that time? Sarah, or she, was washing her car. Now, let's answer number 2. At 10:45. So, where is that picture that has 10:45 time? Of course, this is the picture, and this is what, or this was what Sarah was doing yesterday morning during that time. Okay, so what is our sentence for this picture? So, at 10:45, she was playing badminton. Next number 3. At 8 o'clock. This is the picture with 8 o'clock time. So, what is our sentence for this? So, of course, at 8 o'clock, she was reading a newspaper. Number 4. At 12:10. So, this is the picture for that time. What is our sentence? So, at 12:10, she was cooking in the kitchen. Number 5. At 7:15. 7:15. This is the picture. What was she doing at 7:15? So, at that time, she was eating breakfast. And the last number 6, at 9:30. 9:30, this is the picture. So, what was she doing at that time? So, at 9:30, she was cleaning. Very good, students. Did you understand the exercise that we did today? So, students, remember, again, we use the past continuous tense to express the idea that an action was in progress in the past. So that means an action happened in the past, but during that time, or during that specific time, that action was ongoing or was in progress and not yet finished. That's why we have to use the past continuous tense. Now, I want you to review this lesson and try to answer all the activities by yourself. Remember how to make sentences using the past continuous tense. Also, I would like to encourage you to enroll in Camglish.com's classes because we can definitely help you improve your English skills. Now, this is the end of our lesson. I hope you learned something. This is Teacher Jen from Camglish.com saying goodbye and see you on our next video. Goodbye!